Dallas Cowboys football team has embarrassed me for the last time. I had to just leave Dallas. I'm out here in the woods, out here in California, guys. So I'm about to give you my unadulterated thoughts. One shot, no filter, no editing. Here we go. We're going to talk about this game. But first, I got some news for you guys. I'm going to be expanding my content into different sports, not just football. We're going to talk about basketball, hockey, soccer, wrestling, track and field, anything that I love, anything that I can give you great insights on. I'm going to be speaking on that. But first, let's talk about yesterday. It's a day that will live in infamy. I'm not talking about Pearl Harbor, but it felt like it, damn it. Let's start from the top. Head coach, gotta go. That game plan that he came in with, that let's run the ball on second down, let's be so super conservative, that wasn't going to fly. And it didn't work. That's why we were down. Number 2, quarterback. I'm sorry, guys, you can't get rid of Prescott. He has a no-trade clause. His cap number next year is $59 million, and you can't franchise tag him. You either get him re-signed for a lower deal and then possibly trade him, or you keep him as your franchise quarterback for the next 5 years. And honestly, you can do a lot worse than Dak Prescott. Listen, I lived to Drew Henson, Ryan Leaf, Chad Hutchinson, Clint Sterner. You could do a lot worse than Dak Prescott. So let's be a little bit realistic. Now let's talk about our number 1 receiver, the all-pro, Mr. CD Lamb. I don't know what happened, but he looked like someone killed his puppy yesterday. That man came in with the worst body language. I think, personally, it's because he saw the game install and he saw that Mike McCartney was going to call a very, very conservative game, just like weeks 1 through 5. So he was just disengaged from the start. But it's no excuse, man. You're an all-pro. You're supposed to live for these moments. You know what? We're going to take this outside, man. I told you, one take. I'm not going to edit these videos or anything. So let's talk about the defense. Defensive coordinator. What is going on with Dan Quinn? Oh, I know what's going on with Dan Quinn. He needs to go. It's been 3 years of an undersized defense that's supposed to be focused on speed, but that only works if you get a lead. If you don't have a lead, that team is food on defense. And we saw that. The Packers scored on 6 of their first 7 drives, man. So Dan Quinn, hey, I'll pack your bags for you and drive you to the airport. He got to go. Micah Parsons. Let's end the podcast in 2024, bro. 1 sack in 3 playoff games. We need more from our defensive player of the year candidate. It's unacceptable. He should hold himself to a higher standard. I hold him to a higher standard because I know he's a generational talent. Let's talk about the safety room. Jaron Curse, he's always wanted to be tweeting people, right? He's been ass all year. It's time to move on from Jaron Curse, and it's time to get a defensive coordinator that knows we need to play with a bigger, stronger defense instead of a light box trying to use 200-pound safeties, quasi linebackers to stop the run. Those are some of the wholesale changes that need to happen. I don't know what's going on in Jerry Jones' mind, but I'll tell you this. Head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, they got to bounce. Bring in somebody that understands this new offensive schemes, that you got to run some motion in your offense. Yesterday, did you see any motion from the Cowboys? No. Did you see motion from Green Bay? Yes. And motion kills Dan Quinn's defenses. That's why anybody from the Kyle Shanahan tree always beats a Dan Quinn defense. So, Cowboys fans, it is all doom and gloom. How can you trust this team? I don't trust this team anymore in the playoffs. Like, until they prove me wrong, I don't trust this team. I don't care who the quarterback is because this started since 1996. Tony Romo, your favorite son, he was doing the same thing. I don't know what's going to change, but maybe Stephen Jones will let Willie McClay actually be the GM. And then maybe they'll get some new blood in the coaching staff. Somebody who understands the new offensive philosophies. You got to use a lot of motion. You got to get your best players involved the intermediate passing game. And then also get a defensive coordinator who doesn't just run cover 3 and man. But that's all I got. I just gave you guys 4 minutes plus of unfiltered. I'm upset at these trash-ass Dallas Cowboys takes. Let me know in the comments what you would do differently going into the next season.